next on Good Morning Carolinas.
You're looking at snow-covered beaches along the Grand Strand. This is a live look this morning. We're going to show you how the snow is affecting towns across the eastern Carolinas with live team coverage.
And the Bilo Myrtle Beach Marathon is a snow-go. It's been canceled. We're live at what would have been the start-finish line of the race.
And we'll have a look at the city of Charleston as they're dealing with the snow today.
Good morning. I'm Tim McGinnis.
And I'm Allyson Floyd. Thanks for joining us for this special weekend edition of Good Morning Carolinas.
Well, the snow has stopped falling and it's left behind a winter wonderland in the PD and on the Grand Strand.
Let's start this morning with First Alert meteorologist Darren Stack with a look at the current conditions. Darren.
Yeah, things much drier now, certainly, than what we saw through the overnight when that snow was teeming down at times, picking up anywhere between 2 to 6+ inches of snow out there. Right now, the radar is dry, plenty of cloud cover overhead, and we will be dealing with maybe a flurry or two and possibly some slippery roads. But let's take a live look from our Conway camera out there. You can see the snow on the ground. It looks like some of the main roads are starting to get a little bit better as far as drivability, but we do have some concerns with some snow and some slippery spots out there. Snow still covering probably some secondary roads, so certainly something you got to watch out for if you're heading out and about this morning. Watch out for those slick spots on the roads. Your morning headlines, we're going to be looking for a cold and breezy day with that sunshine on the increase as we go to the afternoon. That will melt some of that snow, but then with temperatures dropping below freezing tonight, we will watch for that melting snow to refreeze, possibly causing some slick spots on the roads once again. Good news is, though, we will get up at around 50 degrees for your Valentine's Day with plenty of sunshine. For the snow lovers, though, well, that'll probably put an end to any snow that may be left over from what doesn't melt this afternoon. We'll take a look at some of those wonderful pictures you've sent in for us, as well as take a look at some of the snow totals that we did see through the overnight hours and the rest of your forecast for your weekend coming up here in just a few minutes. Tim and Allyson.
All right. Thanks a lot, Darren.
Well, before the threat of snow interfered, the Bilo Myrtle Beach Marathon was supposed to be run today.
But as we now know, it was first delayed 30 minutes and then late last night canceled. News Channel 15's Holly Morgan is live in Myrtle Beach with reaction to that cancellation. Holly?
That's right, Tim. We're live at the intersection of Grissom Parkway and 21st Avenue with what would have been the starting point for the Myrtle Beach Marathon. Again, officials made the decision around 10 o'clock last night to cancel the entire thing. They say it was a decision they didn't make lightly, but it came down to safety for the volunteers, for the runners, that they just could not have the runners on the roads in these kinds of conditions. Now, 11,000 people are expected to participate in this weekend's event, and a lot of them traveled from all over the U.S. to be here, and we've been here all morning. They're showing up. The runners are. They've been all these miles. They've been training for many months, so they're going to go ahead and get out there and run. So you'll see a lot of runners that are on the road this morning. However, a lot of them are saying that they're very surprised at the decision. They think it's kind of absurd. A couple-hour delay would be acceptable because they've been running in worse conditions than what we're seeing in Myrtle Beach. And extreme disappointment is what we're hearing, especially from two guys that came all the way out from Colorado.
Pretty disappointment. You know, you spend months training for an event like this, leading up to it, and plan on some good weather and get here, and kind of bummed out when it gets canceled.
We expect it to be nice here. This is what it looks like in Colorado.
Now, marathon organizers say there's no way they can refund all of the runners, so they're going to meet in the next couple of days and see if there isn't a promotion that they can provide to the people who did come out to participate. However, you know, all of the costs that are paid for, their upfront costs as far as the trophies and the t-shirts and running out the expo, so a refund is just out of the question at this point. Live in Myrtle Beach from what would have been and still is, for some runners, the starting point and ending point of the Myrtle Beach Marathon. I'm Holly Morgan. Tim and Allyson, back to you.
All right, Holly, thanks so much.
Parts of Darlington County received more than 5 inches of snow. Here's some video from the Dobbsville community. Crews shot this off Governors Williams Road. Some residents there tell us it began snowing right after 3 o'clock Friday afternoon. The snow didn't stop until well after midnight. Public safety officials in Darlington County tell us they haven't had any major accidents, but they are urging people, of course, to be careful on the roads.
Florence got a fair share of snow as well. This is video of Highway 52 in Florence. Snow covered just about everything in sight, from the trees to the rooftops. Not a lot of traffic out on Highway 52, but most of the roads were clear for the most part. There is one accident to report. It was off David McLeod Boulevard this morning where a car ran off the road and into a ditch.
And here's some video of some of the landmarks like Broadway at the beach as the snow fell. There was some traffic around throughout the night. Everywhere you go in our area, trees are so picturesque with the snow on them. At times through the night, we had some very heavy snow showers that put down a lot of snow and brought up those accumulation totals in a very short time. Take a look at B&T Coastal Field. Instead of the Pelicans playing baseball there, it's covered in snow.
In North Myrtle Beach, this is something you wouldn't expect to see. Dinosaurs covered in snow. These are at a miniature golf course along with that pirate ship that looks pretty out of place with all the white. Outside this antique store, statues and fountains have a different look under a blanket of snow. Concrete dragons and gargoyles nearly unrecognizable. Residential streets in North Myrtle Beach still do have a little bit of snow on them, so you do need to take it easy if you are out and about this morning.
Early this morning, News Channel 15's Graeme Moore was shooting video of the south end of the Grand Strand.
He is back with us live in Conway this morning. And Graeme, how were things out on the south end this morning?
Well, Tim and Allyson, all the cliche phrases, words come to mind. The best one, a winter wonderland. It really was. A lot of snow for an area that typically, like all of us, do not see too much snow in this area. Let's take a look at some of this video. It began snowing in Georgetown County first around 4 or 5 o'clock yesterday and did not quit. You can see this is around 11 o'clock last night. It just got heavier and heavier as the night and morning went on. Those roads became treacherous with all the snow coming down, some slipping and sliding going on there, really causing some trouble spots along Highway 17 especially. They had the DOT crews out there. There you see Merle's Inlet, and here you go. Here's one accident we caught around 2:30 this morning. This guy slid into the ditch. He did considerable damage to his truck there, but said he just wasn't used to driving in the snow like many of us around here. Back here in Conway now, we are waking up to the same thing along Highway 501 with a lot of snow on the ground, maybe 4 or 5 inches of snow. It's the perfect kind of snow to make snowballs and snowmen. And if you've been watching it all this morning, I've been trying to get one right at the camera for Tim and Allyson because they're all cozy in the warm studio and we're out here. So I'm gonna give it one more go. Here you go, Tim and Allyson. Let's see. Another miss. Back to y'all.
You probably don't do real well at those state fair kind of games where you have to hit the things.
I really don't. No.
No.
We'll try again at the bottom of the hour.
All right. Thanks a lot, Graeme.
We were looking at BB&T Coastal Field a little while ago. Don't think the Pelicans are going to come calling anytime soon.
No, they're going to be knocking on his door.
Well, coming up here on this special edition of Good Morning Carolinas on this Saturday morning, we have your complete weather forecast.
And we have some more of your pictures of the winter weather. We'll be right back.